Hello everyone, this is Olive Branch and Maple Leaf with another episode of Let's Play Night in the Woods. Maple Leaf, do you remember what we did last time?
We went to the mall, we hung out with Bee, we made Bee laugh, and she's cute when she smiles, even though she's an alligator. She shouldn't be smiling at all. We found that parade float with all the rats in it. That's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Plus we had a weirdo dream, but
Yeah.
those are commonplace by now, I think.
And we talked to a bunch of people around town. It's raining.
Exactly, I was surprised when this came up too. I was like, wow, the weather actually changes in this game. Of course, these guys are still working like a bunch of chumps.
I'm assuming it's not, well, don't call them a bunch of chumps, that's a difficult job. They also make danger pay, did you know that?
Yeah, I figured. I mean, there's always a danger that something's gonna fall on your head. Or something is gonna fall on your head.
I'm assuming it's more that you're standing on the road and you might get run over.
That's true enough.
So what day is this currently in the game?
I believe this is day 3 or 4.
It's important to look your best. Alright, conversation
He's like,
over.
what?
Do you agree with this, that your appearance is sometimes your first and last impression that you make?
You're not necessarily your appearance, but definitely how you carry yourself, I'd say. Your appearance is definitely part of it, though. The Sylvan family of products. Okay, she... I don't have any money, Somers. Oh, she's a multi-level marketer salesperson. That's kind of sad.
So she's trying to make money?
I believe by being an MLM salesperson. I asked if she's giving the pitch, and then like she's like, "Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?" A video seminar.
I used to work for Rogers, which is a cable company here in Canada, and I didn't work sales. I just worked the phones for incoming calls and issues. And while strictly speaking, I did not handle sales. I was always encouraged to upsell our products or our services. So if I saw a customer had like the basic package, I was supposed to upsell them. Hey, I see that you have our shittiest package. Do you want maybe something a little better? It'll cost you an extra $20 a month. And I hated doing it every single time because they clearly didn't. And if they did, then they would call in to ask about it, and they almost never did.
It's just the most awful thing, huh?
I feel Salmer's pain. That's my whole point.
Yeah, but Summers is probably doing it because like that's the only thing she has. You know, it's like, oh, October.
September.
Even May is like, what?
that time when it's not quite October, but it's not quite November.
Yeah. They both like fall. I was gonna ask you if you preferred fall. What your favorite season was?
Winter.
Winter? Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm the total opposite. Summer is my favorite.
I'm Canadian, and you're Brazilian. It just makes sense.
It just plain makes sense. God damn it.
I like the winter for a couple reasons. First is that I just like the snow. Snow is really pretty and it's fun. Even though like I do a lot of shoveling, I just enjoy seeing it. And the second reason is because there are no bugs.
Oh, that's a good point. No bugs is a pretty big plus for winter. So Summers just basically chatted us up. We shared a poem. We talked about a raccoon. That's about it. Summers is sitting out in the rain though. I don't know why. It's this guy too. What are they doing here?
They're just chilling. They enjoy the rain. They like the sound of it. Give them a break.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I suppose we really
What are
can't.
you?
Huh?
What are you doing out in the rain?
Well, May's gonna May. You know, she's gonna jump on the highly electrified cables during the rain.
May is only going to May because you're making her Olive Branch.
That's true. Hey, I'm trying to explore if this sees anything new out there. You know, it's an overcast day, it's raining, it's cloudy. Does May have anything to say? And as a matter of fact, she does.
You know that there isn't. Also, this person made a mistake, yeah. It's like a cheap wash.
Oh, May. Do you also go out in the rain to get a shower? Christ.
That's not quite how it works.
Yeah, you need detergent too.
I forgot what I was gonna say. It was gonna be good though. It was gonna be a sick burn.
It's gonna be a sick burn on May.
No, it was gonna be a sick burn on you.
Oh Christ. Well then again, that's what our friends are for. We're all here to receive each other's burns. I'm here to test out my burns on you. I figured to check out this little newsstand here because, you know, day after day it seems to be the same, but yeah, still the same. Still the same missing poster.
Still don't know where Casey is.
I have a sinking feeling that that arm we found was his.
That's quite possible. Who's to say? Actually, no. You're probably like the article probably says, but I was gonna say Casey is an androgynous name. Who's to say Casey is a male?
I think it is a guy. I think they brought up the fact that he was a drummer. Like they said when he left town or he skipped town. I think they brought up his pronoun before, his gender.
Yeah, the article would definitely have brought it up as well.
We're gonna go check out on Bruce because hey, it's raining. Does the guy need anything? Let's go see. I also like that May kicks sticks behind her.
What's on the docket? Oh, good.
It's the community people.
More of a drift. Oh, so they don't want him here.
Well, I think more they're here to see if he's the one who defaced the mural. Remember they were saying round up any vagrants, any teens? And they have Molly here with them, which is kind of like imposing, you know? It's intimidating.
Yeah, but Molly's also facing towards them.
Yeah, she also doesn't know what the fuck to say. She's like, what do you think of the setup? He's a bum. What do you guys expect?
Yeah, I mean, like, he just got here and friggin'... Like, the guy just wants to live in peace in the rain.
He's not... Well, you know, these guys are trying to revitalize Possum Springs. Seeing a bum hanging out in the middle of the church, the only church in town, is kind of a problem, I think, for the image of the town.
The church is supposed to be a house of refuge.
Well, you know, for a lot of middle-class people...
Where else is he gonna go?
Well, yeah, you're right, but for a lot of middle-class people, I'd say that, like, oh, I don't want this guy in my backyard. I know they say love thy neighbor, but fuck no, you know?
Only if my neighbor has a job and is clean-shaven.
Yeah, only if my neighbor's acceptable by standards of my own acceptability.
Actually, it depends on where you are in America. Only if my neighbor is male and white and straight, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, Christian too. So once again, the third brought out the fact that this apparently is supposed to be Pittsburgh. Like the Smelters is supposed to be the Steelers and all that. Like magical realism, funny animal. You know, and I figured, you know... Oh, they make a noise when they turn around, apparently. See you guys. I was gonna say, apparently it's supposed to be Pittsburgh, and I didn't realize Pittsburgh was such a shit show, you know?
Oh yeah, that's it's one of the reasons why actually, you know what? I was gonna get into politics about like Trump and like what he's doing, but you know, let's not. Let's focus on the game.
Well, you know, I mean, I think this game, the fact that it came out recently, it was 2016. It's about like basically, you know, a small town that's dying. It's very apropos to figure what it is they're talking about. And it wouldn't not make sense not to talk about it. You know, it would fit. But you know, if we're talking to Bruce here, we can talk. If we meet like a politician or something, we can bring Trump up.
Don't have to talk about it. It's one of the more sensitive things May's ever said.
Yeah, he never turns out that often. You know, I think she's a kind of a kindred spirit with this guy. I mean, not to say that she's also going to be a drifter bum in her adult life, but she definitely seems to have some sort of connection with him.
Now, she's already an adult, haven't you heard?
That's what she keeps expounding to people. It's like, hey kid, adult. Tell the other kids, adults.
It was interesting that the music stopped just there.
Yeah, it really does. It stops when you go near a cliff. I don't know if that's supposed to be like, oh, you're watching out to the horizon, or if it's supposed to be something more. Like if that's supposed to be a future zone, and it's just not triggered yet, you know?
I don't know, this game doesn't really seem like the type to gate you beyond... Actually, no, that's literally all the game's done so far.
You're gonna actually, later in this episode, see an example of gating, and it surprised me when it happened. I was like, oh god, am I triggering a new story? You know, when I was able to access that zone.
Sup, ma?
Is God forgiving you yet for reading? The Sanctuary? You know, I haven't been to church in a while. Is the sanctuary the main hallway of the church?
You know, I would have no idea. I've been to a couple churches, but like I've only attended sermons or whatever at one, and I know the layout of that church fairly well, but I wouldn't know what room they would call the sanctuary.
Oh God, Mom's pulling the cowboy. I say, this is powerful rude.
It's classing the place up.
Tarnation.
What is that word?
I think it means like damn. Dadgummit. I like this, Mom.
Well, I mean, like, what does... I know, like, it's supposed to be a curse, but, like, what's the etymology behind tarnation?
Good question. The same thing, I mean, I know the tabarnak in French, in Quebec French, is supposed to be literally the church steeple, and it's the equivalent of the word fuck, but it's religious, because the Quebecois here love religious curse words for all their Catholic upbringing, so, but tarnation, I don't know, man. I have to look that up later on in the dictionary.
Like, maybe, like something about oil fields?
Maybe, like a tar nation. An oil nation, if you will. So just don't mind me, Pastor. I'm going to jump on your altar, okay? Thanks. I am May, and I deliver speeches.
There you go.
Love, peace, and joy.
I wonder how much money these people make.
No, I'm not a churchgoer. I was here when I was a kid. I figured I was here when I was a kid as more, I guess, enthusiastic to talk. I just say no. It was like, okay, well, shutting down that conversation really fast. Oh, but you're asking about how much they make? They don't seem to make that much, I don't think. I think pastors don't get a big gig, you know? They don't get a big salary.
Yeah. I imagine, like, they do make some, but I wonder who pays them. Is it the government?
Yeah, it depends on the church, I think. I'm pretty sure that they must get something out of the community, you know?
I mean, that is what the collection plate is.
I imagine the priest just dipping his hands in there going, that's one for God, one for me. One for God, one for me.
Well, what else is the collection plate for?
Upkeeping the church.
Well, yeah, but like, being a pastor is a part of that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose. It's like, this buys all the wine. And the bread.
My mom likes to tell me a story of the first time I went to... what's it called? Communion? When you go up to the front altar and then you take the bread and the wine?
Yeah, I believe that's communion, yes.
Yeah. So the first time I went to communion, I went up there and I had the bread and, like, it was just stale. It was just a stale ring of rice or whatever. And then I had the wine. And I spoke to my mom as we were walking towards the pews that the pastor had called that the blood of Christ. And I had tasted blood before, and blood tastes a whole lot better than wine. So that's what I was going to her about, and everyone that heard me laughed.
I was going to say, the first time I took communion, I wasn't even Catholic, but I had to go because I was in Argentina at the time, and I was going to a Catholic school. And they were really into the whole Catholicism bit, you know? And when I got the host, I chewed it. And later on I was told, you can't chew that. And I was like, I didn't know. I'm not religious. Also, Pastor Karen is suggesting, hey, come talk to me sometime. And I'm going to take her up on that offer. Because, you know, I think May needs someone to talk to about those dreams of hers. She may just be the Antichrist. You never know. With those eyes. Nightmare eyes over here. I was hoping that Mom would say something after we talked to the pastor, but apparently not.
It's a weird design choice that they make you jump over that step.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. I was like, is this supposed to be like a drop? Like, you're literally supposed to jump and be like, hey, I'm disrespecting God by jumping into church kind of thing.
Do you think God's values change at all? Like, he wrote that book 2,000 years ago. You think he has, like, he changed his mind?
Oh, I think he's changed his mind plenty of times. Why do you think we have so many religions in the world? He's like, you know, I was going through a phase with Judaism, then I realized Buddhism's kind of cool, and then Islam. Oh man, let me tell you about Islam. God's just a hipster. Hey, it's Laurie. What's up, Laurie?
Sup?
Sup? See, she's also out here in the rain.
What you doing?
Drawing.
In the rain.
What you drawing?
Storyboard? Oh.
It's like, well, that took a turn.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those movies.
I'm like designing effect and makeup for that. Oh, so she's into Salvador Dali movies. I'm working on a horror movie. You're gonna make a horror movie?
That's neat.
That's so
Look
rad.
up.
Yeah, I went with the that's so rad
Yeah.
because it's like, come on, encourage her, you know?
Yeah, that is rad. Although the first one, it's not like you're making a horror movie, whatever. But it might be like probing for more information.
No, yeah, it's also
Like if
yeah.
if I were to say that IRL, that's how I would like tone it.
You tell us like you're making a movie, a
No, I
horror
would
movie,
tone
really.
it as yeah. No, I would tone it as tell me more.
Oh, I see. I want to go to horror movie school. I think that's just film school.
Yeah. Well, they do have film classes. I'd go with the first one.
Yeah, that's what I went. I think they have those because, like, hey, let's not ruin her dream if she even, you know, she wants to be the next Hitchcock, by all means. Wow.
Fake blood and body parts.
I know how to make fake
Maybe
blood.
Maybe the arm was fake.
How in the world could that possibly be boring? Yeah, really. Like, you could make not boring, you can make body parts, for God's sake. You'd be the best at Halloween parties.
I mean, well, like I said, maybe the arm was fake. Have we really determined that it's from a person?
I'm pretty sure it was because Molly called up the parents and said, yeah, that was a real severed arm. And then they were like, don't touch the arm next time. So Laurie M is into making horror movies. That's a pretty neat, like, little personality thing for her.
Also, I think that, like, in her diagram, she said that the eye and the knife, the eye would be fake,
The
but
knife
the
is
knife would
real.
be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd both be fake.
I don't know. I think there's, I mean, maybe she's just, you know, I don't know how they make special effects for those movies, but I'm pretty sure they must use some sort of prop that is at least sturdy. Because fake knife can be plastic, you know?
I suppose that's true. I do remember one scene in a movie. I forget the movie, but there was a scene where some lady, she just sat down in a chair, and then a guy took a knife to her eye.
That's the Salvador Dali movie I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, maybe. But they accomplished that by using a cow's eye.
Yeah. By the way, we're gonna go B&E again to see Mallard.
Alright, bacon and eggs. It is early in the day, at least for me. I'm a poet.
She's a poet. No, that's Summers. But when I get in here, it turns out that there's nothing to do except pet the rats. And then I realize we haven't fed them yet. And throughout...
That's about...
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
idea.
Yeah, well, May's the mom. What are you gonna do, you know? She's a mother of vermin.
I mean, she is friends with a sentient rat that she just spoke to.
It's the whole Disney thing again. But I was gonna bring up the fact that, you know, throughout this episode, I was wondering, do I just get food by chance? You know, do I, like, is May not smart enough to just open the fridge before she leaves the house and grab, like, some bread or something to throw the rats? But later on, you'll find out what I do to feed the rats. And I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier.
The idea that that rats and mice enjoy cheese, completely fake.
Doesn't cheese, like, overheat their blood or something?
Something like that. If you're gonna try to like lure mice or whatever, peanut butter is way better.
You speak from experience?
Yes.
Hey, B, what up? Hey, BB. Going with the nickname. Oh, dear. Did you get a Burley guy? Did you use Dan? Is that why Danny's not in here? He's loading shit?
Crapload of snow shovels. Now I've been playing Breath of the Wild, and when you chop open a hunk of ore, one of the more common things you get is rock salt. So that's lame. I get you, B.
Wanna hang out tonight? Well, May's just going like, I'm working. If you wanna, like, come along. I was thinking we'd go play putt-putt out in Hunwick.
In the rain?
May, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, who's not down for putt-putt? Mini golf is the best, man.
Most people just, or at least most normal people, just call it mini golf.
What's the point of working all this shit? Do you want to come along or not? And then I realized, oh, this is a choice. Got a lot to do today. Let's come back later.
To hang out at B's work?
I think so. Yeah, hang out at her job. Maybe help her move rock salt or something. And I said, nuts to that. Let's explore some more. Because apparently, like, I believe Fish Noise in the thread said, the game is divided into 2 parts every day. You have the exploration part, which is what we're doing now, and then we have the event part, which is doing band jams or meeting with friends. So I figure, well, if this is going to meet with friends, if we're going to hang out with B, that's probably going to trigger the end day, you know? I was going to say the end game of the day, but that doesn't really work. So I figured, you know what? Let's come back to that. Let's put that on hold. Let's see if Angus is around. Angus is not around, and see what else is up. Maybe we'll hang out with Greg because he's the one who was like, "I'm lonely. Come see me." You know?
Well, I know who my vote is for.
It's B.
Yeah.
Yeah. B is pretty cool, but I want to know more about Greg too. I want to know more about all these characters.
Okay, you can't say that because now you're influencing the vote.
No, I'm not saying... Okay, let me clarify this, viewers. I'm not saying pick Greg. I'm saying I, personally, want to know more about every character, and I would like to know more about both B and Greg. We already hung out with B once. If she has more information for hanging out twice, by all means, let's go with her, but I don't even know if the same event... Like, if we pick Greg day 1, and then B day 2, would we go to the mall, or would we do something else?
Nah,
it's up in the air.
This isn't that kind of game. And besides, if you go talk to Greg and he says, let's do something that's not crimes, then you know for a fact.
This is the new zone, by the way.
The heart of hometown since 1972.
It's the food donkey, the one that's abandoned and nobody goes to anymore.
Sup, yappers?
It's Germ. What's up, Germ? What you doing, Germ? Nothing.
Good answer. Well, see you later.
Was hanging with a couple crusties before. What? Crust punks, traveler kids. Montreal has a lot of these in the summer. They know we don't got much cops. I miss all the cool stuff. Oh, May.
I don't know if I told you this. Well, I must have told you this before. I just don't remember when, but the one thing that I want to do, it's on my bucket list, is I want to ride the train. Here in Nova Scotia, we don't have like subways or anything, and I have ridden on subways before, but they're not the same. I want to ride on a train, and I want to take it to somewhere like really far away, like to the West Coast. That's the entire way across Canada, and I want to ride it first class.
Nice. I'm pretty sure you could get a cheaper first class ticket than you think in Europe. I mean, I want to go to Europe someday, but I'm definitely gonna go. I mean, before the whole Brexit shit destroys the EU, I would love to go on a train ride across Europe. You know, pull some of that Orient Express shit. I'm here a lot of days, so we know. Germ is a very one-sided conversationalist.
His planet needs him.
But apparently that's their next thing. Every day we're gonna go hang out with Germ at the food donkey. And then that's a gated way, for sure.
Ah, so that's what you meant?
No, what's that?
Just that this game gates you and you didn't accept, like you don't see it coming.
Yeah, exactly. Like the food donkey here. Like every time we went all the way to the left of the diner, May always said something like, "No, I don't want to go out there," or "I have to go do this, I have to go do that." And then today, she just accesses it, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Is this a new zone? Is this a new like story mode? Did I just fuck it up?" And then I realized, oh, it's just Germ. It's just friggin' Germ.
No one cares about Germ.
You know, it's kind of sad. I do want to learn more about Germ himself, but he and May don't really get along in that way, you know?
No, not really.
Like, he's just like, he's 2 years younger than her. He's out of high school fresh. And he's more like, I think, Greg's friend because he said I was hanging out with Greg for a while. And I'm like, oh, and I fall off here because I didn't realize that the wire does not connect to the friggin' platform. I was like, huh. I wonder if Greg and Germ like do crimes together or something. I mean, is this what the whole relationship between everybody in this gang is, except for B? She doesn't do crimes until May pushes her to.
Yeah, I don't know. May. She seems. I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't know. May's a troublemaker. That's what she is.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, that's who she is.
I mean, she convinced B to steal.
Yeah, but then again, let's not forget that B actually had a choice in this. She could have just said, "I'm not shoplifting because I call shoplifters on my own store. Don't be an A," you know?
I mean, I suppose, but you know, peer pressure is a thing.
Yeah, true enough. But B doesn't even seem to take May's word that seriously, you know? Every time May has said something, B's been dismissive. So either she's... the kids don't even give a shit. When I was a kid, literally nobody cares.
Alright then.
Whatever. May's just sad now.
The kids don't want to hang out with her.
Yeah, they're teens. They're bratty teens. Anyway, I was gonna say, B seems to be very dismissive of May, but then when May suggests something like this, it's like, maybe B is self-conscious and she's trying to just act the cool part, you know? And this is when I found out the pretzels that we keep passing up, we're gonna fucking shoplift the pretzel. And this fucking panicked me, because I was like, only one shot?
Just gotta freeze when he looks over.
Yeah,
imagine
even
how
if
that
you're
looks,
holding a pretzel.
Yeah, imagine how that looks in real life. If you're just, like, holding the pretzel and then you have to stop immediately.
Well, the eye has evolved to catch movement, right? You've done this before.
Okay,
yeah, we shoplifted. We can do this.
He's not a snake.
May's talking herself up.
I wonder if snake people exist in this world.
Well, we do have alligator people.
We do. That's why I ask.
Grab that pretzel. Yeah. And this guy's much more on the ball than that clerk was. He's constantly looking over.
Well, it's more likely that this guy, he runs, or rather, he owns the establishment that he's in, whereas the clerk is just a clerk.
Yeah, plus, let's not forget that he remembers May is a thief. Remember he said, once a thief, always a thief?
Right.
And I was like, I am the bandit queen. Like that notebook said. But May was like, take it back, or, you know, this is not even a real restaurant. And the guy just doesn't like us. So I think that's why she said only one shot, because if he sees you, he's probably going to call Aunt Molly on us, you know?
Yeah.
I never want to see her here again kind of thing. But hey, we got a pretzel. Let's go feed the rats. I never thought I'd do this in a video game, but let's go feed some rats.
What is the most unexpected thing a video game has ever asked you to do?
Ah, man. Unexpected, like shocking, or unexpected, just like I did not see this coming kind of thing?
It's just I didn't see this coming.
I'm pretty sure Spec Up the Lines is up there for recent games, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, I kind of thought of that too.
Just to be like, I mean, I'm not gonna actually say anything because in case of spoilers. If you haven't played Spec Ops: The Line, you really should.
I don't know.
But that game,
I don't know if I'd say that.
What? That they should play it?
Yeah.
That they shouldn't play it then because it's so depressing.
I mean, the game like actively shit talks you for playing it.
All right, my little miracle rats. Time to eat. Oh God, May. This is a mini game of like I have to time it and catch the rats. Fishing for rats.
Alright, that was easy.
I guess I'm your mom now. I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom. Now I have Steam overlay and Steam achievements turned off while I play this game for the best experience, but when I turned off the game I realized I got an achievement for this.
Oh yeah?
Feeding the rats counts as an achievement. So, and I was like, oh,
It
Christ.
does seem like a bit of an out-of-the-way achievement. Or
Yeah, it's a secret event. It's a secret thing. You're not encouraged to go out and feed the rats, but I went ahead and did it anyway because May's gonna May. May's going to make poor decisions. And it turns out there's nothing to say about feeding the rats, and I was kind of mad about that. I was like, come on. I just fed the rats. Can't I draw like a little feeding rat on my notebook?
well, if you were to do that, I'm sure the picture would be a pretzel. And for someone of May's artistic talent, I'm sure a pretzel might be a little troublesome to draw.
She drew a guy like a lot of cool stuff. She drew like a giant fish and them carrying little bags of money with disguises on because they're bandit queens. She's not that bad an artist, honestly. Hey, May May. Totally, what's up, dude? Was thinking about going to jail. Like you're planning on going? Like you're afraid of going?
Greg, he seems like
from the question.
Yeah, I would go with the first one. Greg seems like he has that kind of sense of humor.
I should test my skills of escape.
Why don't you do what Houdini did and just put on a really weird jacket?
Greg's impulsive thing is probably worse than May's is.
He seems pretty destructive.
I had a nightmare about going to jail.
You want to talk about nightmares?
My cousin went to jail. My other cousin Jen said it was inevitable. Oh man, you're not inevitable. Oh, that's kind of sad actually. I mean, it's not inevitable. No, go back. I am definitely inevitable. Oh.
Well, I mean, you're here now, so.
The inevitable Greg. Is Angus around today? No, he's not. He's with his parents, right?
I've got my eye on Angus.
Family stuff. They're not worth talking about. You date him. You don't like his family? Oh well, whatever. You want to hang out, and then I realize, oh Christ, it's a vote between Greg and B.
Oh
so,
come on,
viewers,
you knew that from B.
I figured, yeah. So viewers, who do we choose? Greg or B? Place your vote, and we'll find out next time what happens. I already know which way you're swinging.
Definitely don't not vote for not Greg.
They're gonna have to take some time to puzzle that one out. Anyway, we'll catch you guys later on.